What is up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to Geass, this time with奪還のRoze episode 12. I've already seen a few reviews of this episode. I haven't been spoiled. I've seen a lot of people like it. I've seen very much more people not like this ending. I feel like I already kind of know which camp I'm going to be in. I unfortunately don't think. I feel like 80% of the characters in this show's stories never got started in the first place. So I'm interested to see how they wrap up stories that hadn't even started, if that makes sense. I did actually read something interesting before this saying that apparently the showrunner or something, maybe not the showrunner, I'm paraphrasing here, but somebody, the studio, again, I'm not sure who, but apparently it was decided that they halved the length of this show, half the runtime, which may be quite evident as to why we never got half of the character's story started in the first place, but yeah, not expecting too much here, again, based on the reviews I've read as well as the series so far, but it's been decent. I've enjoyed the cameos, especially that we did see throughout, and Ash as a character was actually pretty good. He's definitely my standout from this anime, but again, we'll see how things do go today. Let me know what you guys think about this episode down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys do enjoy, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date with any of my reactions. And let's see how we finish off. It's a shame because Geass has always been a show to finish amazingly, so I don't think there might be anything wrong with the ending per se, but just again the fact that it might conclude stories that we never really even picked up on. And it also feels like this is a situation that may need a couple episodes to like de-escalate from here, 2, 3, and we're going to be finishing it in one, so yeah, not expecting anything great. The Guren. Oh shit. Let's go, Gala. The true ace. And as I previously mentioned, I really hope they don't kill any legacy characters. And that'd be egregious. I don't think they will though. If they would have, they should have done it earlier on in the series, so I don't think they will. Well, as you guys know, they shouldn't any. They should. I feel like, again, as nice as and as one of the best parts of this series that has been seeing these old characters, I feel like they shouldn't have been any part of this show in any regard. To be honest with you, I feel like their actions and the consequences of those perhaps should have been parts of this show. But even then, it's like, what was the need to actually like? This could have been a whole separate thing. We didn't actually need anyone from previous seasons or shows to keep Geass shows to be in the season, did we? Like, it's quite easily written to just not have any of those, no one involved, and have this be a fully standalone story, which, as I've mentioned multiple times, I feel like is the way Geass does need to go if it's gonna have anything close to the success of the original R1 and R2. It's a bit like, I haven't watched any of the recent like Marvel movies, but I feel like it might be a similar kind of issue there, which is funny to say because Marvel is obviously stupidly popular, but yeah, you can't just kind of rely on the previous to create something new that's good. I feel like I do stand alone on that point though. I don't hear too many other people saying that. And again, understanding why, because as I've said, the cameos in this season are actually some of the best parts. which isn't a good thing, to be honest with you. As it's Ash, I think he got thrown off, didn't he? Sorry guys, I'm just going to make 100% sure I did turn the, yeah, cool. I'm sure I turned the sound back on. But like, I still don't really understand Norland, to be honest with you. There's plenty of things we could assume about him. But nothing has been outwardly said on his motives, or again, there's plenty you can infer, don't get me wrong. Pretty good idea, but it's just like, still don't know fuck all about this guy. I could say that about 20, 30 characters in the show. Still know fuck all about them. And yes, we know he was Charles's to be vessel. Yes, he's not human. What else? He clearly wants every human in the world to die. Guess that's enough. It also just feels a little bit like, clearly with the start it was meant to like show a little bit, if any of you guys even remember the start, it was clearly meant to show like a Suzaku Lelouch slightly similar situation at the start of R1 with those two being kids, and they've done something similar with these two, but haven't actually had them interact whatsoever. Whereas with Lelouch and Suzaku, it was a very much ongoing struggle between the two for the whole show. Yeah, probably. What's the directive going to be? Do so and so, even at the cost of your life? Yeah. I like this scene. Oh, yes, my lord. This time it's yes, your majesty. Okay, that's pretty cool. Although, there's always that human part of you that does look for survival and such. So I was going to question the legitimacy of using the Geass there. Like, surely he would have just done most of what it'd do anyway. But like I said, there's always that perhaps human part of you that does subconsciously make decisions that would go against that, perhaps go against putting your full all into it. One thing I will say that's been great about these last few episodes, the animation on the mechs and the fight scenes and such have looked great. Especially the mech designs, I think, have been fantastic, so that's definitely a big positive. From what I remember from what I watched of Akito the Exiled, I did watch all of it, but it just wasn't very memorable for me. The mechs didn't look very good, and the action didn't look great either. Those movies. So this is a big upgrade on that, in my opinion. As I've said again plenty of times, I'd much rather a fantastic, good characters and story than beautiful animation and fight scenes. Although I appreciate that as well. I love Jujutsu Kaisen quite a lot, but I don't extremely care about the story in that show. But there are exceptions. Oof, we'll get stomped. Damn. Huh. Why did you do that? Why didn't you just use the laser? You could have stopped exactly this from happening if he just used the laser a second before. Oh, it's that really awesome soundtrack again. I love this song. That's definitely also one of the best things that come out of this. The soundtrack in the show has also been great. Again, production-wise, everything's been fantastic. The looks, the animation, the soundtrack, the voice acting. It's all been really good. Oh, here we go. So it really does, like, I've just been thinking this whole time, this would actually be like an amazing game. Yeah, like a mech kind of like action game. I feel this would actually be pretty fucking amazing. Fucking hell, man. So I bet this looked sick in the cinemas as well. Well, I do have to say that segment there was pretty fucking awesome. Purely on a, again, production standpoint, that looked fantastic. That sounded brilliant. That was just a great segment in general. It'd be so much more awesome if I was like, if I had major investment in it as well. Well, goodbye, Noland. Yeah, I just, yeah. As amazing as that was, I don't feel like any sense of achievement or anything. Right here, do you guys? I don't feel like, finally. You know what I'm saying? We done it. Oh my god. I just, yeah, I just feel like that looked fantastic. Yeah, I think it's pretty clear he's going to blow himself up. Ah. That was a brilliant bit of voice acting. Damn, Asher's voice actor right there. That little sound he made just before he started talking was actually very powerful. Holy crap. And he's probably the most defined character out of everyone, so it's actually kind of sucks to see him die right here, but that was, yeah. This is the character I cared the most for, and again, his voice actor, holy crap, what a job he just done right there, fucking hell. Again, I love that. I don't want to rewind to it. It did actually make me feel a little bit emotional. As I said, I feel, Ash, again, certainly my favourite character from this. We saw the most of his kind of backstory. We saw a lot of him in like the current time. I feel like he was the character that this isn't me crying right now. This is just my hay fever. So people might get confused. So I will outwardly say that. But yeah, he was yeah, definitely the best character in my opinion from this. So kind of sucks to see him die here. I'm not extremely mad or anything because we just got a really awesome piece of voice acting right there. This sound he made right here, as well as the speech as well. But jeez, this sound he made right here is incredible. Right here. It's like when they say like silence speaks 1,000 words, and it was just silent for a few seconds, and just get that little sound from Ash. I think that's incredibly well done. Actually, I like that. Oh, it's actually been a pretty good final episode. As much as I said I probably wouldn't like it, I feel like it's actually been pretty good. Again, stands to reason still that I really couldn't give two shits about Northern, so yeah. But away from that, it's actually been pretty decent in my opinion. Especially again, production-wise, from the voice actors to the animation to the sound, pretty amazing. One of the best episodes for sure. Oh, there. Oh. So what happened with all the leech bots? The amoeba things? Did you skipping past that? Did they go offline when Orland went offline? Did we get an explanation? That Ash's neck right there. Oh, I only know that term from Hunter x Hunter. Autonomous. I don't know what it means, to be honest with you, but I think that autonomous region, that was a thing in the Chimeran arc. I think it's like a protected kind of region. I think. I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. But it's special. Now this is where it starts to get like, I don't know who half these people are. So why do I care about seeing them? I mean, that sounds really bad, but why do I care about seeing these guys have a happy ending when my favourite character Ash just died? Like this. What the fuck's this? You guys know I've talked about this girl a lot of times. I feel like she had a lot of potential. I really love her voice actor. She was meant to be the ace. Compare her to Callan. I mean, I know Callan had like 3 or 4 times the amount of episodes. Don't get me wrong. But Callan actually had a character story, and what's this? I mean, I don't know if they done it through like a line of dialogue or two. Maybe, I don't know. People always, like in the comment section, always like get at me like, oh, you don't remember this specific line of dialogue. It's like, no, people much more remember action and seeing things in anime rather than like information they get told. Don't get me wrong. There's again always exceptions. Like the Monogatari series, for example, is a major exception. But again, mostly you remember again from seeing things and seeing past backstories and so on. That's why they show you instead of telling you, because telling you is just like, yeah. So I'm not sure if they told us in like dialogue that her mother died or anything like this, but it's just like, oh, we've just got a happy ending, and now we're visiting the Ace mum's grave, but we didn't even know she was dead. And yeah, there's no substance to this because we didn't see anything that led up to this or anything, and we didn't really explore our character whatsoever. So it's like, this is meant to be like, oh yes, nice, well done, and like satisfying, but it's not really satisfying because yeah, that's her dad. I didn't know that either. I didn't know that was her dad. Oh, what the hell? Are you gonna see any characters we care about in this ending? Like this guy. That's what I said earlier. Who had the? Oh, this is. Oh, I see. But yeah, the girl looks exactly like her. We still haven't seen them really interact after that opening episode. It could have, like, that whole opening episode could have never happened, and it wouldn't have changed much. Like what I'm trying to say. Wow, so she's actually given up her Geass. It's quite a dangerous thing to do, right? That's pretty stupid. Yeah, I mean, this is going a little bit downhill in the last 5 minutes here, isn't it? But yeah, is this not pretty stupid? Or if something similar happens, and like the fact that characters from this universe have been through something similar to this, and they achieved peace until this, it's like, well, what happens now that you've achieved peace? Later on down the line, something similar might happen to you. Now you've just given up your Geass like an idiot. I call it stupidity. Yeah, this woman. And now they're talking like they're like, what's the deal here? Again, we saw these guys like as childhood friends, did we not? Maybe I'm just tripping. I don't know. We never really went anywhere with that. So I guess like, fuck it. Now she's her servant or whatever. Now she serves her. And that is it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Again, not a massive fan of this last 5 minutes here, but I feel like for overall the episode is pretty good actually. Action wise and production wise, like again, shout out to everyone that like done the music, drew the animation, voice acted the characters. I think everyone in that regard done a really good job. It's just unfortunately the story and the writing of the characters just wasn't good, in my opinion. There was a few, and there was a few that had a lot of potential as well, for sure. Like I said, the Ace, the darker skinned woman had a lot of potential. Yeah, it just wasn't realised. Again, there's just not enough time to realise it, so not too much you can do with that. But in terms of like the main character as well, just average, if you know what I'm saying. Never really cared that much for the story, her story. It almost just felt like a reason as to why she's been put in this situation. Yeah, I've got last 30 seconds here, so I wonder if anything crazy will happen. There's some big cats, holy crap. That's almost bigger than the dogs. I don't really care. Ash, wow, that's a bit of a shame. The best character they killed off right at the end, but it's not a massive deal, I guess. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I was quite pleasantly surprised for 70-80% of this episode. Actually, I thought it was actually really good. Not in terms of like the story or anything, but just like pure kind of enjoyment of seeing the cool mech animation and fight scene, as well as that quite touching scene, honestly, with Ash. I did think that was actually really well done as well. But again, I think that more goes down to the voice actors and their role rather than the kind of writing of the characters. And I feel like a lot of times when it gets me to feel emotional like that is because the characters are masterfully written, as well as the voice actors doing an amazing job. But in this one, it's just like it really says a lot that the writing was good for Ash, maybe like 6-7 out of 10, which wouldn't really usually get me to feel too emotional. But the voice actor done such a job; he really kind of amplified that up quite a lot, in my opinion, anyway. But yeah, those last 5 minutes, like, it almost felt a bit insulting. And I knew it would, as I said earlier in the episode. It's just like, how are we meant to have a kind of fulfilling ending when half the character stories didn't ever start, one, and two, half of the character stories were actually completed in previous shows and just brought back here just for pure fan service. So it's like, yeah, not a fan of the last 5 minutes. But if you cut those last 5 minutes out, I actually think it was a pretty good episode. Do let me know what you guys think about this one though down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy it, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. As I said there, let me know what you guys thought of the last 5 minutes as well as the 18 minutes before that. Let me know what you guys thought about this anime as a whole. I don't think this will get the kind of train started on too many more kind of Code Geass projects or anything, but hopefully we'll have something a bit more kind of substantial, and like I said, maybe kind of push further away from the material that we've already got. And again, plenty of people might not like that direction, but I do just kind of feel like that's the way to go. But yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys sometime soon, and have a good rest of your day.